not sure what we'd do without you, Nathan. What I would do. Thank you for standing with me when I couldn't see the light.
There's nowhere that I would rather be.
When Calls the Heart Season 13 is now deep into production, and honestly, no cast does behind-the-scenes sneak peeks better than this one. As soon as filming kicked off in Vancouver, the energy from the returning cast and crew was obvious. You could just tell they were thrilled to be back in Hope Valley. Erin Krakow, who fans know and love not only for her role as Elizabeth, but also for being super active on social media, hasn't let the Hardys down. She's been posting updates straight from the set, keeping the excitement alive. Fresh off her last video, which showed Elizabeth, Nathan, Allie, and Little Jack back in town after their dramatic exit to Cape Fullerton, Erin gave fans another little treat. This time, she posted a screenshot of a moment featuring her and McGarry in full costume as Elizabeth and Nathan. They were filming near the town's church, but what really stood out wasn't the scene itself, it was how the two actors were goofing off in between takes. Erin captioned the post with something lighthearted. "Tag someone who makes you smile like this." Kevin didn't miss a beat, chiming in with a cheeky comment, "Confidential." It was all fun, but it also pointed out something interesting. The bottom of the screenshot read, "Proprietary and confidential Hallmark Media." Even the official When Calls the Heart Instagram account joined in the fun, adding a surprised face emoji to Kevin's comment. Erin, in her usual charming way, responded with, "Some things are just meant to be shared." While it's not exactly a spoiler to see Elizabeth and Nathan on set together, it did give fans a playful glimpse at how tight-knit the cast still is. And with Season 13 set to premiere sometime in 2026, these little teases are helping fans stay connected until then. Now, if you've been keeping up, you'll remember that the Season 12 finale ended on quite a dramatic note. Elizabeth had to rush Little Jack out of Hope Valley because his insulin delivery didn't arrive in time. Earlier in the season, he had been diagnosed with diabetes, which meant quick decisions needed to be made when his health was on the line. So, in the middle of the night, Elizabeth packed up and headed to Cape Fullerton with Little Jack. But she wasn't alone. Nathan and Allie came with them. It was a significant moment, especially after Elizabeth and Nathan finally admitted their feelings back in Season 11. Now they seem all in, which has fans wondering, could an engagement be next? The last couple of months in Hope Valley have taken fans on a wild ride. There's been everything from lighthearted dances like the Charleston to heavier storylines like a criminal investigation. And of course, the emotional weight of Jack's diagnosis added even more depth to the final episodes. One of the season's most heart-wrenching moments came in Episode 11, when Little Jack's condition was revealed. But by the finale, he appeared to be doing better. Thanks to insulin, he was gaining strength, and with school graduation approaching, things were beginning to look up. Nathan even told Elizabeth, "Where you go, I go," reinforcing how strong their bond had become. Meanwhile, other storylines in the finale added even more complexity. Rosemary was chasing leads on the mysterious Garrison Gold, hoping to uncover a scoop. She wanted to interview Edie undercover, especially since she knew more than she let on about her Uncle Ernie's shady past. Nathan, meanwhile, was encouraging young Oliver to graduate with honors after helping bring Sonny Garrison to justice. But Oliver wasn't happy with Nathan's plans for his future, which hinted that something deeper was going on. At the school's final project presentation, a bunch of things became clear. Oliver definitely had feelings for Allie, and Minnie was having a tough time accepting that Angela would be leaving for college soon. Lucas, always full of ideas, was trying to help Elizabeth's educational program get into the public school system, while Elizabeth, Faith, and the others came up with a thoughtful goodbye gift for Angela, a quilt made with braille and textured fabrics to remind her of home.
It's not like I didn't have anything to do at Grandma and Grandpa's. I just kept thinking about him.
Yeah, you and Robert, always been good friends.
Then came a letter from Elizabeth's mother, Charlotte, who had opened a boarding house in Cape Fullerton. She suggested that Elizabeth move there permanently so Little Jack could be closer to proper medical treatment. That letter opened up a flood of questions. Was it time to leave Hope Valley for good? Faith wasn't sure it was necessary just yet, but she acknowledged that it might be eventually. Rosemary said it was good info to keep in mind, just in case. Meanwhile, Lucas was having his own adventure. He asked Edie to be his lawyer, and during a card game, they bonded over memories of Ernie and hints about the Garrison treasure. The clues led them to a wishing well, where they discovered a hidden map, and eventually, a chest full of gold coins. That moment tied together weeks of speculation and added another layer to Edie's connection with Lucas and the town. Back at the school, graduation day was full of emotions. Minnie broke down when Angela received the quilt, and Elizabeth thanked Mike and May for giving up their honeymoon to help secure little Jack's insulin. Nathan talked to Oliver, encouraging him to share what was really bothering him. Turns out, Oliver had deliberately failed his final exam, hoping to stay in Hope Valley to be near Allie. Elizabeth reminded him that he didn't need to sacrifice his future for anyone, not even for love, and promised to help him find balance. But just when things seemed to settle, everything took another turn. Little Jack suddenly became unresponsive at home. Elizabeth panicked, and Faith quickly discovered that the latest batch of insulin might not have been properly stored during transit. It wasn't working. Time was running out, and the only real option was to head back to Cape Fullerton, where advanced treatment was available. Faith admitted that, medically speaking, they might be better off near a proper hospital, at least for now. Elizabeth had to think fast. With support from her friends, she packed up and prepared to leave again. She even wrote Nathan a heartfelt letter, explaining that she didn't want to uproot his and Allie's lives without asking. "Not like this," she wrote. But Nathan, true to his word, wasn't going to let her leave alone. As Elizabeth and little Jack were heading out in a taxi, another vehicle pulled up behind them. It was Nathan and Allie. "Family sticks together," they told her. Nathan repeated his earlier words, "Where you go, I go." In the final voiceover, Elizabeth reassured viewers, "I know everything seems uncertain tonight, but no matter what, somehow we will return to Hope Valley." It was the kind of emotional, full-circle moment fans have come to expect from the series. So, with Season 13 now filming, there's a lot to look forward to. The emotional stakes have been raised, and the cast seems more connected than ever. Aaron Krakow continues to tease fans with behind-the-scenes content, and the growing romance between Elizabeth and Nathan adds a fresh layer to the upcoming season. The town of Hope Valley may have had its shares of ups and downs, but one thing is clear: the heart of the story remains as strong as ever. Season 13 promises to bring a mix of new adventures, tender moments, and the kind of heartfelt storytelling that's kept When Calls the Heart going strong for over a decade. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay in the loop. And if you want, you can share your thoughts about this video in the comments.